Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sean, and I'm just about to go into my nice weedy garden and take a look and see what's growing. Well, I've got a lot of weeds growing for sure, but let's see what else is growing. So first of all, I'm gonna take apart the electric fence. So here's the electric fence. It goes all the way around the garden. The reason I have to have an electric fence is because the chickens like to get in there and eat the strawberries and tomatoes and whatever they can get their beaks on. So I'm going to just turn off. It's all run, by the way, it's all run on solar electricity. I'm just going to turn it off. Oh, there we go. So I'll turn that off and let's go inside the garden, see what's growing. All right. So we will start way over here, because this is actually the better part of the garden. So right here we have asparagus growing, and you can actually see there's the asparagus you eat, but if you forget to cut it or you want to let it grow, this is what it looks like when it's fully grown. And there it's actually, this one is in flower. So we got a long line of asparagus. And there's my rotating composter, rolling composter. It's supposed to help mix the compost better. And then over here, we have some tomatoes starting to grow nicely. I've got some poles up for them. And then over here, actually we've got some broccoli right here. And that plastic is actually a mulch that's compostable. So it's supposed to compost down, but it doesn't seem to do that readily. And here we have some onions. And the weeds you see amongst the onions is actually the plant that was growing the last 2 years. That is Jerusalem artichoke. It's actually a member of the sunflower family. You can see more of them in the grass there. It's very invasive, but it's actually native to Canada. And you don't eat it for its sunflowers, you actually eat it for its tubers. Let's see if I can actually pull one out of the ground at all. Nope, there's not that one. Sometimes you can't, sometimes you can't. There, very, a lot of long roots there. Yeah, that one's starting to develop something there. But they can be pretty weedy. Well, that's okay. Over here, so there's more, there's the onions again. And over here we have more tomatoes. And over here, I've had a lot of trouble with this patch here. I'm trying to go corn, but as you can see, well, let's see, there's one there. There's one there, there's a couple there. It didn't grow very well this year, unfortunately. I must say I'm quite disappointed. And this over here is just full of weeds. Trying to get at them. We've got a lot of problem with bindweed is a big problem. That's this weed right there. That's bindweed, and it's in the morning glory family. It actually has flowers that look like little mini morning glories. It's also in the sweet potato family, and it has roots that go for miles, it feels like. You can pull it, and the roots just keep on coming. There's some of the roots there. So, a lot of work to keep this. There we go. Look at those roots there. So they're everywhere. Also have a lot of bit of mint here. That's it. That's the mint there. You can tell if it's in the mint family if you look at the stem. And it should have a square stem. I don't know if you can see that or not. The stem itself should be square. So basil, mint. All right, and over here we have some really nice garlic that I planted last fall. It's come very well. And I also, last year I had potatoes in here, and somehow, I guess I didn't get all the baby potatoes out, and they came back, and throughout this whole bed here, we got potatoes galore. So, there's more. That's a potato there. This is one spinach plant, just starting to flower, starting to bolt. And here is an old sunflower from last year, and only one of the seeds survived. And there is the plant right there. And this is supposed to be my strawberry patch, but I can't see the strawberries for the weeds. Over here. There's a good patch of strawberries there. So I got a better patch of strawberries on some raised beds. I'll show you that in a few minutes. I've also, I transplanted some Jerusalem artichokes over here in the middle of the lawn, so I can always mow them down if they get to be too much trouble. And I've also planted some rhubarb. I love rhubarb crisp. And some blackberries. There's the blackberries there. Alright, so I'm going to go over to the raised beds and show you what we're growing in the raised beds. So here are the raised beds here. And some of you have probably seen these. Some of the homes I go to, I built these with the people. And in this one, we are growing a nice row of spinach. It's coming along very nicely. Over here, just starting to pop up, is some basil. There's two there, another one there, and in here I planted some parsley, but so far nothing has come up yet. Oh, is that maybe one? I don't know. We'll keep our eyes peeled. And then over here we have some cucumbers and a weed in the corner there. And then over here, we have that's some nice strawberries there. You can see the flowers coming along very nicely now. We should start getting some there. See if there it is there, that's coming along. See the berry there is getting bigger. So this is a Charlotte, it's an ever-bearing strawberry. It's one of the sweetest ever-bearings out there. It's from France. And the June bearing is a lot sweeter, but supposedly this one is like candy. But every year I've grown it, the chickens and squirrels get strawberries before I do. I'm going to have to put some more mesh up. See, I'm trying to get the mesh there up to keep the chickens out this year. And I've got another planter here on legs, and I'm trying to grow some cucumbers that will cascade down. And we can just pick the cucumbers, hopefully. So we don't just grow fruit and veg here. We also have some nice perennials. And I should mention we also have a rain barrel that we use to collect the rain for watering the plants. But we've got a sedum on the right-hand side there. Not quite sure what that one is there. There is another mint. We have some lavender that's just about to start flowering soon. There's a Russian sage and a hosta and a beautiful lily coming into bloom right now. Beautiful, perfect time. I have a feeling that is a type of goldenrod, something in the aster family. And that there is, well, that's a biennial. That is Queen Anne's lace. Looks like carrot because it's wild carrot is another name for it. And there is a butterfly bush. And this is not purple coneflower, but orange coneflower. Another type of echinacea. And this is speedwell. And that is also speedwell. We have some more. So this is our perennial bed here. That's looking pretty nice. Trying to keep it mulched up to keep the weeds away. And here is our other perennial bed. In the front Beautiful peonies are just starting to come out over there to the right. And they've got some on the left hand side is some columbine, pink columbine. And at the front there, we've got some lavender on the right, and the left is the tulips that are finished for the season. And on the far left there by the door is a ton of lamb's ear, which is very soft, so you can use that for band-aids. And we've got some chives in full bloom. And some, I think that's either lime or lemon balm. Use that for nice tea. It's supposed to be help get rid of stress. And there's a beautiful carnation there. Wonderful. Kids love playing back here. This here is a giant black currant bush. And we're just going to pop around here and see if there's any. Oh, they're just starting to fill up, plump up. So they're later than the red currants. We'll go over here and see the red currants. I've been trying to keep the birds away from them with some netting, but I think they're still able to get through and eat them even before they're ripe. Oh, we've got some that are just starting to ripen now. There they are there. So these are red. I love red currant jelly. The first year we arrived here, we were able to make almost a whole batch of red currants. I had to supplement them with some from Vince's Market, but I still had quite a few here. So here is my new garden this year that I had some wonderful neighbors help me put some fresh manure on from one of my lovely neighbors. And I also had another neighbor come and plow it. And another neighbor come and rototill it. So I've had a lot of help here because I've been stuck at home because of a virus that's everywhere. Fortunately, it's not here. But this is my new vegetable garden, and hopefully we'll get lots of produce from it. Trying to keep the weeds, of course, is going to be fun because we're trying to be as chemical free as possible. So let's take a look at some of the plants we've got. So our first one is potatoes again. I do like my potatoes. I think these are russet, so they're very good for chips. Now I've been having some problems lately. I got these, and I think they already had a bug on them. You can see something's been eating them, and let's see if we can find the bug. Let's see, where is it? Oh, there it is. I see it. It's a yellow striped bug called a cucumber beetle or cucumber bug, and well, it's disappeared again, but it's there somewhere. So I'm going to spray it down with some insecticidal soap. Hopefully that will kill off. Oh, there. I saw two of them. You see them? There they are. Uh-huh. There's another one in there. And I think there's already in this one. So I've actually put some sticky yellow paper there to catch any bad insects, but I don't think it's caught any of those ones that... There it is, another one. All right, we've got another couple of rows of corn. And we've also planted beside the corn some beans. When the corn gets up to about 6 inches in size, in height, then we can plant beans and squash, because the beans will actually help give these corn fertilizer, and the squash will actually grow around the beans and corn and keep the weeds at bay. So these are called the Three Sisters. This is something we learned from the first peoples of Canada and the US. So let's see what else we're growing here. We should have some carrots coming up. And there they are, good good line of carrots. And let's see what else we have here. Okay, I believe, no, they're not up yet, but there's still things we're waiting for. Ah, we got some more corn, just little guys coming up there. And it's my last bit of corn we planted. Should be some broad beans here, but I don't see them coming up yet. And I tried peanuts, but they're gonna take their time because they're a late season crop. I always like to try something new. And we've got some more tomatoes. So I'm gonna have to buy, because of all the tomatoes here, and the corn will attract a deer, so I'm gonna have to get another electric fence. So, and then this part here, we've got some, make sure I got it, there it is, there's one there, that is cantaloupe. And just gonna check to see if it has that bug eating it at all, because I'm gonna make sure it doesn't go everywhere. So far it hasn't found it yet. I'm gonna keep an eye out on these things, because those bugs, the cucumber bugs, love to eat these things. Oh, okay, so far so good. Whew. The cucumber bug doesn't just eat cucumbers, but zucchini, which is actually the one I first showed you was zucchini. These are cantaloupe and watermelon. I love watermelon. Oh. And then here I got a teepee, and we're gonna grow some more beans there. That teepee there. And we've got some more mounds. A lot of squash likes to grow on mounds, and pumpkins, so we made some mounds up for growing the squash and pumpkins. Almost looks like molehills. Don't see any. Oh, wait, nope, there's one coming up right there. There's a squash. I'm not quite sure what I planted there, but when it comes up, I'll know. Here we have some cucumbers. I planted them in a row. We'll see if they do nicely like that. Some zucchini. Don't see any plants yet. And I don't see any of the cauliflower yet. This is supposed to be a row of cauliflower. Let's see, there it is. That's supposed to be a row of cauliflower there, but no sign yet. Over here we have some cabbages. I'm planting those because my chickens love to eat cabbage. They use it as a tetherball in the middle of winter, keeps them from being too bored. So there you go. Lots more weeding to do. I'm gonna have to get my 3 kids out here and get them to help me get weeding, because they are fast, these weeds. They grow fast. All right, thanks very much for listening. There's a little bit of sunshine for you and the farm around back of us, the hayfield. So just to get a little bit of nature, and there's a nice little bird. All right, over and out.